Most business owners have a number in their head for what they think their company is worth. Maybe it's based on a friend sale, maybe it's just a gut feeling. But in over 40 years as a CPA and attorney, I can tell you the number in your head is almost never the number a buyer will pay. And that's not because you're wrong, it's because most owners measure value emotionally, while buyers measure it financially. So today, let's talk about how to know what your business is really worth the right way. When we talk about business value, we're not talking about what you think it's worth. We're talking about what someone else is willing to pay based on facts, not feelings. Buyers don't buy your history, they buy your future. They want to know how much income your business can produce for them, how predictable that income is, and how risky it'll be to maintain it. In short, your business is worth what it can safely earn for the next owner. That's the mindset you have to adopt if you want to build real, transferable value. Now, the first key to understanding value is cash flow. Your profit and loss statement might show you your tax income, but that's not the same as real cash flow. For valuation purposes, we look at something called seller's discretionary earnings, or short SDE. That's your profit before taxes, plus your salary, interest, depreciation, and any personal or one-time expenses that wouldn't carry over to a buyer. In other words, it's the true earning power of your business, the amount of cash a buyer could expect to receive if they owned it. The higher and more consistent your SDE, the more valuable your business becomes. The second key we look at is risk. Every buyer wants to know how risky is it to keep that cash flow going. If your business depends heavily on you or one customer or one product, risk goes up and value goes down. If you've got strong systems, recurring revenue, and a team that runs independently, risk goes down and value goes up. That's why two companies with the same earnings can sell for two completely different prices. It all comes down to risk versus stability. The third key is the multiple. Once we determine your earnings, we apply a multiple, a number based on your industry, size, and stability. For small and mid-sized businesses, that multiple usually ranges from 2 to 6 times your annual earnings. For example, if your business earns $500,000 a year in true discretionary income and your industry multiple is 4, your estimated value might be around $2 million. But remember, that multiple isn't random, it's earned through preparation. The cleaner your books, the stronger your management team, and the more consistent your growth, the higher your multiple. Let's talk about what affects that multiple, because this is where you can create real value. Buyers pay more for predictable, recurring revenue, stable, diverse customer relationships, documented systems and processes, a team that runs without the owner, clean financials and professional reporting, consistent growth over several years, and they pay less for owner dependence, customer concentration, messy books or outdated systems, declining sales or poor margins, legal or tax issues. Every one of those factors affect risk, and risk affects value. That's why evaluation isn't just about numbers, it's about the story those numbers tell. Now here's something important. Valuation isn't just for selling. Getting a professional valuation while you still own the business begins letting you help make better decisions. It shows you where your value is today, what's holding it back, and what you can do to increase it. Think of it as a financial health checkup for your company. You wouldn't wait until you're sick to see a doctor, and you shouldn't wait until you're ready to sell to know what your business is worth. Evaluation isn't something you do once and forget. It's something you update every couple of years. just like your financial or estate plan, because markets change, industries change, and your business changes. Keeping an updated sense of value helps you make smarter tax decisions, plan for retirement, and negotiate better with investors or lenders. Let me give you an example. A few years ago, I worked with an owner who thought his business was worth around $5 million. When we ran the valuation, the real number came in closer to 3.4. He wasn't thrilled, but it gave us a clear picture of where to focus. We tightened up the books, diversified his customers, and improved his margins. 2 years later, we ran the numbers again, and his value was over $5 million. That's what happens when you stop guessing and start managing by the numbers. So here's the takeaway. If you want to know what your business is really worth, you need clean financials, consistent earnings, and reduced risk. That's what buyers pay for. Evaluation isn't about putting a number on your life's work. It's about creating a plan to protect it and to grow it. Because if you know your value, you control the conversation. If you don't, someone else will. If this was helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with another business owner who needs to hear this. I'm Cam Metcalf. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.